I got it. Okay. We all have choices in life. His was the gun, hers the knife. What about the car keys, maybe the telephone? It doesn't matter which of the two was wrong. The goal should be to make things right. But instead of him grabbing the keys to leave and her grabbing the phone to call someone, they both chose to fight. And in the midst of all the screaming and yelling and saying bad things about each other that may or may not be true, how soon they forgot that last night they both said, baby, I love you. So how did it come to this? What made her take her finger and push his head against the wall? Why did he retaliate by just hitting her repeatedly and just watching her fall? Or does it really matter when again they tell each other, baby, I love you. So at night, these two pugilists engage themselves in the horizontal bout to see who comes first. Morning comes, and as they roll over and face each other, they lie. They lie while lying in bed. They lie when they tell each other, baby, we've got to get better for these children. Well, this is the right action, but it's for the wrong motive. Because the same problems exist. What are the problems? They obviously don't love each other. What they enjoy is making up, which means that they must fight. And the children are just excuses they use over and over again just to make things right. So here they go again, but this time they both swear it's the last time they do this. And maybe it is. Because this time, if you listen closer, you hear that the language is somewhat different this time. But different how? It's more intense. Because this time she screams out at the top of her lungs, if you hit me again, I'll kill you. His reply was, if I can't have you, no one will. Well, they were both right, but in the midst of this fight, he reached for his pistol and she grabbed the knife. So what's so different? Well, we know that there will be no more late night makeup sessions. But what about those innocent little children? Those innocent little children were awakened by the sound of hate and to the sight of mom and dad drowning in the pool of their own blood. Domestic violence can easily be turned into death. Ask yourselves, was this their way of making things right? Or was it just a bitter, brutal end to something that was already so wrong? Sooner or later, we've all got to learn to stop singing those same sad songs.
Yeah.
The revolution has come off the pigs. It's time to pick up the gun and off the pigs. I say the revolution has come off the pigs. It's time to pick up the gun and off the pigs. What happened to the revolution? Now we know it won't be televised. Was it a race with corporate America's white-collar lives? Maybe it was murder, forced into exile, locked behind bars. The last poet said, niggas are scared of revolution. Are we? Now, though the revolution won't be televised, it is being commercialized. It's being sold to its highest bidder like a slave to his master. Why the revolutionaries? Brothers, we've traded in our dashikis for white-collar shirts and power ties, sitting up in corporate America's offices, powerless and stagnant, being fed corporate white lies, while the children listen and they watch. And they hear the voices of Brother Fred Hampton, and they see the struggles of Mutulu Shakur, and they ask, where were you? Why? What happened to the revolution? My sisters, you have relaxed your afros for extensions and perms. Now your brain cells are so fried from those damn chemicals that you're no longer raising your babies.
Oh.
But you're raising plenty of hell with your baby dads. While the children listen and they watch. And they hear the voice of Sister Betty Shabazz and they see the struggles of Asada Shakur and they ask, where were you? Where are you? Where were you when the revolution was fading away, brothers? Maybe you were somewhere trying to comfortably situate the Benjamins in your wallet while juggling between the lease on the legs and the rent on the condo. Too caught up in the juggle of materialism for the revolution. Or maybe, my sisters, you was on your knees under your white boss's desk giving head. Ain't nothing wrong with giving head. But sometimes you gotta look up and see who you're giving it to. Still on your knees praying to your white master to set you free. Get up, because your children are watching and they're listening. And what they see is death from the hands of those crooked cops. And they remember those victims of police brutality. Victims like Timothy Thomas, killed in Cincinnati. Taisha Miller, killed in California. Thomas Gray, killed in Memphis, Tennessee. Or little Victor Steen, who was killed right here in Pensacola, Florida. and the children hear the cries from their loved ones, and they turn to you and they ask you, what happened to the revolution? Where in the hell are the revolutionaries? It's not polite to not answer your children.
You better tell us. Yeah.